6. Sources of water. Let's learn about source of water, dams, reservoirs and canals. The water cycle. Hi Radhika, do you know what brings us rain? Yes Mihika, I know. Black clouds brings us rain. Water is essential for life. We cannot live without it. We need water to drink, wash clothes, cook food, and for many other things. Water makes life possible. It is one of the basic constituents of all living beings. About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water, but only a very small portion of it can be used for drinking. This is because most of the water on the earth is present in the seas and oceans, which contain salty water. Sources of water. Rain. The main source of fresh water on the earth is rain. Rainwater fills ponds, lakes, seas, oceans, and other water bodies. Underground water. Some rainwater seeps into the soil and reaches a layer of solid rocks. It collects here as underground water. In some hilly areas, it comes out to the surface as springs. Surface water. Rainwater slides off the ground as surface water and fills ponds, lakes, rivers, and seas. A pond is a small body of water surrounded by land. It fills up in the rainy season when it rains. Some ponds dry up in summers. A lake is bigger than a pond. Rivers flow from the mountains, hills, and other places where it rains a lot. When snow or ice melts in the high mountains, it flows down to form rivers. Some rivers are called snow-fed rivers or perennial rivers. They carry plenty of water throughout the year. Ganga, Yamuna, and Brahmaputra are snow-fed rivers. They flow from the Himalayas. Rivers that carry only rainwater are called rain-fed rivers. They have a lot of water during the rainy season but almost dry up during summers. Kaveri, Krishna, and Godavari are some examples of rain-fed rivers in India. Oceans and seas are very large bodies of water that contain salty water. A sea is smaller than an ocean. There are many seas on the earth. Do you know Pacific, Atlantic, Indian, Arctic, and Antarctic are the only five oceans in the world? Dams, reservoirs, and canals. Dams are walls built across rivers to block or control the flow of water. From dams, water is collected in artificial lakes called reservoirs. It is released when the level of water in the rivers decreases. It is also used for various other things like generating electricity. Canals are dug as channels to send water from rivers or reservoirs to agricultural areas for irrigation. It is not safe to drink water directly from natural sources. Rainwater cannot be consumed as it has many dissolved gases, dust particles, and germs in it. Water bodies like lakes, rivers, and ponds are polluted by garbage disposal, washing, and bathing. Factories release toxic wastes into them, and people defecate and urinate in them. All this makes the water unfit for drinking. Seawater is not fit for drinking because it is salty. Rivers that flow down mountains carry mud and other wastes along with them. Hence, we cannot drink water directly from them. The water cycle. Before we learn about the water cycle, let's study the process of evaporation and condensation. Evaporation. On a rainy day, a few hours after the rain stops and the sun comes out, the puddles of water disappear. This happens due to the heat of the sun. On heating, water changes into water vapor and moves up. This is called evaporation. Some examples of evaporation in our daily life are given below. Sweat from our body dries due to evaporation. Wet clothes dry when we put them in the sun. Evaporation is faster when it is windy or sunny and the exposed surface area is more. Salt is also extracted from seawater using the process of evaporation. Dikes are made on the shore to prevent seawater from flowing back into the river. These areas with dikes are called salt pans. The water in these pans gradually evaporates, leaving a layer of salt behind. This is the salt we eat after it is refined in factories. Do you know the amount of water vapor present in the air at a given time is called humidity. It is more in rainy season and makes us sweat. Condensation. On cooling, water vapor changes back to drops of water. This is called condensation. When we boil water in a kettle, we can see steam, water vapor coming out from its nozzle. If we place the plate in front of the nozzle, we will find water droplets on the surface of the plate facing the steam. This is condensation. Few drops on leaves in winter is an example of condensation in our daily life. Water is circulated continuously in nature in the form of water cycle. During this circulation, it keeps changing its form. Water evaporates from rivers, lakes, and other water bodies because of the heat of the sun. Some of this water changes into water vapor and rises into the sky. As it goes higher, it meets cold air and condenses to form clouds. As more and more drops join the clouds, they become heavy and burst. This water from the clouds reaches the ground in the form of rain, hail, snow, and sleet. This is precipitation. Water reaches the water bodies on earth due to precipitation and again evaporates. This water cycle goes on endlessly in nature. Water cycle: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, collection. Brush up. Water is essential for life. Living beings use it for several activities like bathing, drinking, and washing. Rain is the main source of water on the earth. Rivers can be rain fed or snow fed. Sometimes water from natural sources is unfit for drinking. Life skills: in the early morning, walk with bare feet on the dew of the green grass. It is supposed to be very good for eyesight.